Hey guys, what's up? It is your friendly neighborhood Oogus here, back again with another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth video. We're doing the daily run for whatever today is, 22nd I think? December 22nd. Sounds about right. It is Eden. We're going to the heart, starting with Bible and Relic. That's really interesting. I'm gonna go fast. I didn't actually really look at my stats, but I assume they're not good, as Eden tends to be. But I'm gonna try and go fast. Yeah. So I want to go fast in this one because we start with Bible, which is the default way. Like it auto kills either mom or mom's heart. I guess it lives is more accurate, but it does also kill the heart. They're the same boss, basically. Actually, entirely. So I want to go fast because that just sounds enjoyable. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. We also start with a strength card, which is weird. I thought Eden only started with pills, but I did at some point do an Eden run where I started with a card, and I was like, that's interesting, but I didn't like internalize that. But now I think I've fully internalized that Eden can start with anything in his queue. Probably even a rune, to be honest. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it's probably possible. I don't know. If I can have a card or a pill, then I don't see why a rune would be so odd. I'm not digging how long it's taking me to beat this boss, but whatever. Whatever. Okay. So I have no keys, which is bad. Damage stat is low. Tier stat is not awful. Relic is definitely helping me out a great deal. I am shooting poop when I shouldn't be. Not sure why I'm doing that. I need a damage up. If I can get one damage up, I will be in such a good position, I think. I'm kind of excited for a damage up. I'm amping myself up. I'm reaching the point where I'm like, yeah man, a damage up is gonna be so good. Just assuming that it'll just happen by default. And I shouldn't do that. That's a bad thing to do. Although, hot damn, that's a lot of spirit hearts. I have no key. I have a shop key, which opens up a shop, or all shops, I believe, are just unlocked. So it saves a miscellaneous amount of keys depending on how many shops you enter, I guess. I don't know if that's actually true, or if it's just a one-time use. I don't actually know. I've never used this item before. In fact, I think I've only had this item like once before, and I didn't do a single thing with it. But apparently it opens shops, so I don't know. I'm sorry, what hit me there? I'm gonna need, what the alright, I think spiders actually are broken. I think their hitboxes are actually broken. Because that's twice now that I got hit by the spider. Nice timing. By the spider that just like clearly didn't hit me. It didn't connect with me. It just, it grazed me, I guess. You know, I'm gonna pop strength because this fight sucks ass. And it's always haunt! It's always haunt, dude. Fucking Christ. Alright. Okay. You asswipe. I hate Haunt so much, dude. He's honestly just a fucking cheater. PJ's is great. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it because it's technically damage, and I don't have any of that. I don't have any damage. So I want something that'll help me. And this will also stop me from getting deals with the angel, which I think is a good thing. I think that's good. Alright, what do we have in here, though? It's important. Spoonbender is awesome. It's not a damage up, but it's great. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this works. I still have it. So, alright, it works how I thought, I guess. It just makes it so I can access all shops. I don't think that's going to be better than Lucky Rock, though. I don't know, it could be. It could have been. It's too late now. I've already left. Left it behind. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, I don't like nothing but big rooms, though. This is not good. This is not conducive to goodness. This might be the slowest run that I've ever had while going for speed. And I'm only going for speed because I have fucking Bible, dude. That's it. Nothing else is good. It's just Bible. Also, good God, these guys have so much health, apparently. Jeez Louise. Alright. Well, this is where I was hoping I would end up. There we go. God damn it. Serious? Is this you yoke? I'm gonna pop the Bible here because I don't really see a reason not to. Yeah, I could bomb and shit, but I kind of just want to actually get use out of the Bible before the mom fight, right? Ta rocks. Okay. All right. Game. Game. You need to chill, game. All right. You need to let me do me. All right. Can that happen? If you let me move in the direction I'm attempting to move, then everything will be great, and we'll be fine and dandy, and there'll be no more problems, right? But if you just block me like that, inexplicably stop my momentum entirely, we're gonna have problems. Also, I went the wrong way, to the surprise of nobody. Okay, the range up is awesome. The I Can See Forever, of course, helps me out of there. Helps me out of a bit of a pickle. I will go to the shop, although I don't want to. Let the record show I do not want to go to the shop. Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad I did, because there's options is pretty dang good. Yeah, yeah, I think that was worth it. I think that was pretty easily worth it. Oh yeah, so I wanted to mention that I decided before seeing Star Wars Episode 7 that I would revisit the older Star Wars movies. Of course, the original trilogy. I don't need to see the prequels because they're not very enjoyable. So, rewatched original trilogy and shit. And I gotta say, I think, first of all, there's a criticism of Star Wars Episode 7. I don't know if you probably wouldn't consider it spoilers, but I'll just give you a fair warning in the event that maybe you yourself do. This is going to be a very vague complaint people have, okay? So there's your warning. So people complain that there's not enough explanation, that it just seems like there's a lot of stuff going on with no reason behind it, no weight, I guess. But what people fail to realize is that's literally the entirety of the original trilogy. Like, these are the same people who praise the original trilogy as, you know, greatest movies of all time, right? And, like, they just don't understand one of the most basic concepts of the original trilogy, which is, here's a crazy world. You know, here's a crazy universe, I guess you could call it. A crazy place, right? We're in this crazy place. A lot of stuff is weird, very different from what we're used to on Earth, right? And you're getting shoved knee deep into it, right? And that just, you go with it, right? And you suspend disbelief a lot. And then as it continues, you build up this understanding of the rules that exist in this world, in this universe, right? You start to get a feeling of like, oh, okay, that's how that works. Okay, I get it. Right, and you build up this understanding over time. If you just watch A New Hope and you're trying to analyze it like you're a movie critic today, and, you know, one of your complaints, if your complaint in Star Wars Episode 7 is that there's not enough explanation, there's not enough actual understanding going on, it just seems like a bunch of random plot points were hurled at a dartboard or whatever. You know, if that's your response to it, I would like you to try and critically analyze A New Hope. Because I promise you, it'll be the same shit. It is, like, so much the same situation where it's just, there's a lot of stuff, you have basic understanding of certain things, no understanding of other things, and you just deal with it. You just move on, you accept it. You accept that you don't get it, and then you move on, right? And then you continue on and enjoy the movie. You know? Like, you don't sit there and go, fucking, in A New Hope, you're not like, yeah, but I don't understand how you can make a space station that size that can just destroy a planet by shooting a laser beam at it. I just don't understand it. What's a how do you how does light cut through things? Lightsaber, that doesn't make sense. Why are there blasters? Like, you know, fucking stop, all right? Like, just enjoy the movie. You know? Fuck that goddamn room. It's so impossible to dodge the beginning of this room. Well, this works. All right. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I agree, there's a lot of things that Episode 7 you could have done better. Or maybe there were some things that were less than savory, right? There was some fan service, sure. But I think most of the big complaints people have are pretty fucking nitpicky and don't really understand the Star Wars formula. And again, I'm hoping that I'm vague enough that I'm not actually, you know, ruining the experience for anybody. What the fuck hit me? What would the fuck? Where was the thing that supposedly damaged me? It didn't exist in my vision. In my game, it wasn't there. Maybe in somebody else's, but sure as hell wasn't mine. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird seeing people criticizing Episode 7 in the way that they are. You know? Especially from people who will be like, I'm a gigantic Star Wars fanboy. And it's like, you know, they complain about things that are just like weird. They're just weird. That's all it is. It's just weird. I don't know a better way to describe it. I think Episode 7 was great. I think it did everything that it wanted to do really well. It hit all the notes that I wanted it to hit. And it wasn't Star Wars The Clone Wars. So, that's good. So in my book, Episode 7 was a great movie. I mean, to be honest, right? What did I give it last time when I was trying to give it a rating? It was like a 8 or 9, I think. Somewhere in that area. I think I'm gonna promote it. And the reason I'm promoting it now, the reason I would put it, honestly, I might actually put it in terms of ranking the Star Wars movies, right? I'd go 5 is the best, easily, right? No contest. Rewatched it recently. It is, to this day, one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's incredible. It honestly has everything. Everything you want from a movie, it has it. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. And maybe some people disagree. Obviously, everybody has their own personal opinions and shit, but for me, Episode 5, by far the best movie. I don't know, maybe not the best movie I've ever seen. Best Star Wars movie, hands down, though. And then, right, and then this is where I start to get confused, because I want to say it's 5 then 4, right? I want to say 4, is good enough, right? But I'm conflicted. Because, I'll be honest, while rewatching episode 4, the only thing really keeping me in it was nostalgia, and there was this mystique to it, right? It was a lot of nostalgia, though. Like, there were a lot of faults in episode 4 that I think people understate. Pacing was very, very off-putting, mostly because they didn't, you know, the initial plan wasn't do 3 movies. It was just, this is Star Wars, right? So they felt like they had to condense this entire thing into one movie, right? And make it fully self-contained, right? So the pacing is very bizarre. Cinematography, definitely not that good. When it comes to the usage of shots to portray emotions of characters without dialogue, that sort of thing, it really didn't do it at all, to be honest. Most of the shots were very basic. You know, if multiple people were in the shot, you framed all the people in the shot, and that was it. And you saw them, and that was that, right? It was very, very straightforward shots, nothing fancy, a lot of basic shit, right? Obviously, the special effects are very dated. They were great for the time. I'm not going to ever deny that. But they're very dated now, especially if you watch, which unfortunately I did. I don't know. I should have watched the despecialized, but in fairness, that also kind of has updated special effects to some extent. Yeah. The point is, though, the special effects probably got worse when Lucas started fiddling with things and making alterations that didn't need to happen. Cause they look really dated. They really do. Most of the stuff with the miniatures actually doesn't look that bad. Like, yeah, the compositing in those shots is like, is pretty, like, there's a lot of light outlines that that shouldn't be there, that logically, you know, shouldn't exist. I will take the Polaroid and then we'll go in here. Wow. No Krampus yet, but also like 2 actual deals. Oh, let's get small dude. I'm not going to boss rush, fuck that. So yeah, like all of the miniature stuff was pretty dang good, except when it came to compositing, which I don't really blame them for because shit was crazy back then, right? So, but it's definitely dated. And you're not going to convince me to be like, well, yeah, but if you look at it in the time period, then it was incredible. Yeah, but like, okay, if we're looking at everything within context and shit, then let's be fucking real here. The prequels weren't that fucking bad. If we're looking in context of time period, technology available, and all that shit, I mean, the prequels were pretty dang good, alright? Like, I'll be honest, that would be basically what I would say. But I don't think the prequels are good. Like, yeah, their stories sucked ass, but when it came to effects, which is one of the biggest complaints of the prequels, which I personally have, it's like, oh, it's bad CG. But it was pretty good CG for 1999, alright? So, you know, if we're gonna be overly specific about time period and technology available when it comes to judging the movies, then the prequels had pretty good special effects then. So I will say I would dock points for the effects used in A New Hope because they're very basic and not very convincing for the most part. The main thing that keeps me interested in A New Hope is like I said, it's just nostalgia plus this kind of mystique. I don't know what exactly it is, but there's this feeling that's not quite nostalgia, but it makes it feel unique, right? It's a unique movie. That's basically what I'm saying. It does something that really only it does, right? No other movie does what A New Hope does, and that's interesting. and compelling. But that doesn't make it that good. I don't know. I guess it also depends on how you're defining what makes a good movie or whatever. But so I'd say 5, and then honestly, it is a toss-up for me. Second best Star Wars movie, it's a toss-up between Episode 4 and Episode 7. It really is. And I don't know if I'm just amped, because I just very recently saw Episode 7, obviously, or if it actually is going to hold up that good. But, like, one thing Episode 7 does that no other Star Wars movie does is it has good filmmaking. Right? It's not just about the story. Story's great, characters are great, but the actual literal filmmaking, the shots, I mean, I guess the music has always been really good, but like, you know, the technical aspects, I guess, the finer details in Episode 7 are incredible. And yeah, there are a lot of really good fine details in the original trilogy, but they're really not available in A New Hope. They're very, very, very... A New Hope is a very basic film. Episode 5 has a lot of really good sort of filmmaking stuff, a lot of good shots being used. Return of the Jedi has some of the best cinematography ever. I mean, there's one specific shot in Return of the Jedi that everybody knows, and it is still to this day just one of the most incredible shots in film history. It's gorgeous. It does everything it needs to do, and it's iconic. It's the one where Luke is fighting Vader, and he is I guess the power went out. I don't quite remember. All right, I know I recently rewatched it, but I didn't really. It's never really like fully explained. I don't recall. Like some lightsaber fights happening, somebody hits something, and then power goes out, right? And then randomly it comes back on later, inexplicably. The point is, it's dark, all right? And there's this shot where Luke is under the staircase while Vader's kind of monologuing, but directed at Luke, right? And Vader's like talking about how he's gonna turn Luke to the dark side, you know? And then Luke obviously is not budging. Luke is standing strong, not coming out of the shadows because he's kind of afraid, rightfully so. Like he doesn't fucking have a way to beat Vader right now, to be honest. He's just kind of he's going on instinct at this point. And then Vader says one thing specifically, and I think the line is something along the lines of, "If not you, maybe your sister," right? And like, you know, that's the point. That's what makes Luke snap, right? And then he just jumps out of the shadow like, ah, and then like goes for a lunge, right? Cool scene. But the shot that they used to show Luke's face during this Vader monologue, where half of his face is like ambient light, so it's like it's blue, and then the other half is like this kind of dark red shadow, right? Like to represent this conflict that he's feeling, right? It's a great shot. And stuff like that. Like, yeah, those mostly exist in episodes 5 and 6 in the original trilogy. New Hope pretty much had none of the fancy shit. It was a very basic sort of introduction to the universe, but it's still good. So I don't know. I'd say it's honestly, as I'm talking about this more, I would say it goes 5, 7, 4, 6, 3, 1, literally anything. I don't know, fucking Jar Jar's cartoon adventures, then 2. And I think, like, sometime within the last year when I was also rewatching all of the Star Wars movies, I think I said Clone Wars got a bad rap. Nah, I don't know what I was saying then. Or maybe I said Phantom Menace got a bad rap. I think Phantom Menace was actually a lot better than most people think. And Revenge of the Sith was a lot worse than a lot of people think. I would still put Revenge of the Sith over Phantom Menace, though, simply because Revenge of the Sith actually had character progression. Basic character progression, but it existed, alright? And that's better than the other two. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit, and I'll see you guys back again later tomorrow with another Isaac video. Do I have anything else to say? No, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty much good. I have no closing thoughts. So thanks for watching, guys.